Hey, welcome back to the Fit Survive channel. So what I have here today is the Olight Warrior Mini 3. So it's something that they've just recently released. And of course, it's going to be an upgrade to their Warrior Mini 2. And so I'll be doing kind of a side-by-side comparison, kind of showing you some of the upgrades to that. And also Olight has their summer basically sale going. And so I'll give some details about that towards the end of the video. So anyways, one of the main things you'll notice between the two as a difference is going to be the actual size. The Warrior Mini 3 is just a tidbit slimmer, and then also noticeably it's shorter. But otherwise, it's got the exact same kind of setup per se. You got the exact same pocket clip here, where as in like it's a two-way pocket clip, depending on how you want to carry it that way, this way. You'll notice that the way it attaches is slightly different. On the Warrior Mini 2, I found that it actually pulled off pretty easily, whereas on the Warrior Mini 3, I mean, I gave it a good tug and it didn't even come off. And so I think it still is removable if you give it a hard enough pull. But anyways, it's a bit more maybe robust. Also, I really like the coloring on this. It's got this green color, and it's kind of gradually goes down to black at the end. I think it looks really cool. Of course, the black and blue looks great too. All right, so anyways, back to the comparison between the two. So you have almost the same size. This is slightly smaller. One of the other things you'll notice is that the throw on this is slightly farther. The Warrior Mini 3 has a 240 meter throw, whereas the Mini 2 has like 220 meters, I think. They both have 1,750 lumens. You can see that actually the thinness difference, as in diameter, here side by side, this is a bit thicker, it's a little thinner. Other than that, they both also have the proximity sensors. And the major difference is going to be on the Warrior Mini 2, if you have it on and then you put it up to something, it'll make itself dull, which that was a bit of a problem because a lot of people were complaining about if they were shining it into a window, it would go dim, or even if it was heavy rain, the proximity sensor would pick up the rain and it would turn it down to dim. So the difference here is going to be that on the Warrior Mini 3, if you have this in turbo, it will not dim itself when it reaches up close to something. But if this is in your bag and you accidentally turn it on to the turbo, you'll see it immediately steps back down to a not so hot brightness. So that's one of the differences there between them. Also, the buttons are going to be different. You can see on the Warrior Mini 3, you have this metallic button, slightly maybe larger also, smoother, whereas this is rubbery on the Warrior Mini 2, slightly smaller, a little more like rubber feel to it, which I guess over time, like if you carry this in a lot, maybe in a bag or wherever else, you probably there's a chance of getting that rubber ripped. Or then the back button also, they've made some changes to this. So the back, basically what this is a tail switch. If you're not familiar with the Warrior series, basically what it is you can access instant turbo simply by pressing the back all the way in, or you can access the low light if you press it just halfway down. All right, so, and the major difference here is going to be, you'll notice they look different, but also one of the problems that the Warrior Mini 2 had is that it attracts like not sawdust, but metal shavings. And so, I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, but actually I do have some metal shavings on it, and they are hard to get off because of this little groove around it. Whereas on the Warrior Mini 3, you can see it's nice and flush, and so literally just with a wipe of your finger, you can get rid of all those metal particles that tend to stick this because of the magnet. All right, so that's the basically the comparison between the two of them. Otherwise, you can see a lot of similarities, both in the texture and just the overall layout of the flashlight is very similar. I did notice that this one has a keychain ring on it, which actually personally I found very uncomfortable in my hand. Whereas on the Warrior Mini 3, it does not have a keychain ring at all, which I really like that. It was quite a hot spot. Right in the back of your palm, if he was holding this, it was constantly rubbing against my hand. All right, so that's the comparison. I'm going to set this aside for now. So getting back to just the Warrior Mini 3, in the box, it comes with, of course, the user manual and so on. Of course, it has also the charging cable. This is magnetic. So basically, you just tap that on it there. And then here you have your standard USB. And now this does have a quick charge. I think they said a full charge takes like 3.5 hours or so. And so that's not too bad. Then also kind of interesting, it came with this mount, I guess we would call this. What you do is it's a two-sided tape, you peel this off, then you can stick it to the wall or wherever you wanted. That way you can mount your flashlight for, I guess, like storage or wherever else. Maybe like if you had it on the side of your bed, like maybe on the bed head, you could attach that, and then that way the flashlight would be right there easily accessible. So anyways, that also came in the box, so that was pretty cool there. All right, so as I said, the max output here is 1,750 lumens. The battery is the same as in the Warrior Mini 2, so it has an 18650 battery that has 3,500 milliamp hours. See right there, and so this is Olight's very own battery there. All right, so then other than that, this is also, it has an IPX8 waterproof rating, which is really great. The IPX8 should have it covered really well. I think it's like 2 meters for like an hour or hour and a half, something like that. Anyways, it's pretty decent water rating. And so it also does have a moonlight setting. So you press hold this down, it'll take you down into, which you can't even see in this, my overhead light here. But basically that is 0.5 lumens, which is very, very small amount of light. Now this will provide you with 100 days of constantly using this moonlight setting. And again, it's just because it's such a dull moonlight. All right, then stepping up, you have the low, which the low is 15 lumens, and you can have up to 165 hours of that. Then you have the medium, 120 lumens for up to 18 hours. Then you take up to the high, and then the high will provide you with 500 lumens for up to 215 minutes. And then if you put it into the turbo, what you have, of course, is the 1,750 lumens. And that's for up to 2 minutes before it steps down to 500 lumens. All right, so again, pretty decent. I always like for the flashlights to have the moonlight feature. It's something that comes in really handy if you want just a minimal light coming out of there. Now, I already said about the tail switch. You can access basically the low, or you can access the turbo from the back there. All right, it also does have a strobe feature, which is by clicking the button 3 times, takes you into the strobe. It does not have an SOS or beacon, so that's 2 things that it does not have in there. So other than that, that's basically it for this flashlight. This flashlight costs $90, and like I said though, since they are having their summer sale, it is available right now for 30% off, and so it's like $62 or so. You can pick this up right now. Again, this is just while the summer sale lasts. And then also for new or returning customers, they have some free flashlights that they're passing out basically. Simply for just signing in, you can get, if you're a returning customer, they have this really fancy orange flashlight. This is the IR2 Pro. And so the major difference you're gonna see is it has a Type-C charging port. And so, oops, got an interesting setup there, the way that works. And then once you tighten this down, say you turn it on, it has a low and a high. And just remember, basically it has, the low is 5 lumens and the high is 180 lumens. And so pretty great for a keychain flashlight. Easy to recharge with that Type-C charging port there. A really cool color that they have for this summer sale. All right, and then if you are a new customer, oh, that does come, of course, with this charging cable. Move this over here. Now, if you're a new customer, then you will get, just for signing in, the i3E, which this is a AAA powered flashlight. And again, it also has the orange. And so really cool looking flashlight also. I like these little cuts they made in it. They almost look like they like reflect the light. It's pretty cool. But anyways, like I said, this uses a AAA battery. And it has, I think, 150 lumens, if I remember correctly. No, I'm sorry, it's 90 lumens is all. All right, so this has 90 lumens. Again, a great little keychain flashlight. I recently used one just like this in a EDC pack that I built using with the Victorinox SOS kit. But anyways, it's a great size, again, for a keychain and so on. And so if you're interested in getting some Olight flashlights or some other products from them, right now is a great time with their summer sale currently active. And so be sure to check that out if you're interested. I'll include links to the flashlight and just to Olight in general. And so be sure to check that out. And let me know what you think about this new Warrior Mini 3, if that's some improvements you enjoyed seeing over the Warrior Mini 2. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.